Hey, everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you are doing great. What's not doing great is real estate. We are starting to see things speeding up faster and faster. The real estate decline is upon us. We are starting to see in California, where I live, and I'm about to share a screen with some pretty gnarly stuff. And they're all signposts to that this collapse is going to get worse and worse, right? We don't see any end in sight as far as a reprieve in mortgage rates, even though the news media would love you to believe that in the last week, rates are down, rates are down. Yeah, well, the 10-year bond just popped above 3% again today. And we're going to talk about this. This is a sign. This is a sign of things that are coming. This is from a comment from a subscriber. I believe it sounds like she is a real estate agent from what I could see. Don't want to divulge who it is just in case she works for this company. But First American Title Company, it sounded like they had multiple offices in Ventura, California. Ventura, California, I know is famous because there's some YouTubers that are pretty new in the real estate biz. They've been in real estate since, let's say, about 2014, and they're just making a killing down there in Southern California. And today, it was announced, or wasn't announced today, but on the 6th of July, halfway through the day, First American Title Company of this area, Ventura, literally closed its doors and fired everybody. Just said, "Hey, we're no longer in business. Bye-bye." And they shut their doors. And you can see right here, the web page has been pulled down. Everything was done abruptly. And the reason why I bring this up is because these are signposts. Now, true, myself owning a brokerage myself, I know how crazy it is dealing with California laws when it comes to compliance and stuff. So we don't know really what the what's going on here, but it's very interesting that it was done in the middle of the day and very abruptly. And you're seeing this just 2 days later. The website's down. It's already listed on Google. They've already done the work on Google that it's permanently closed. Pretty interesting stuff, right? And I first off, I would like to say I am so sorry to the people that abruptly lost their jobs, because that is horrible. And I read through the comments like crazy on the channel. And whenever I do real estate videos, I'm hearing from so many lenders how many people have lost their jobs just recently, because the lending industry, when it comes to real estate lending, is very it can balloon up and deflate extremely fast. And sadly, employees are used as pawns a lot of the time. Now, I did get some really neat information I want to go to before I share this other. Well, you know what? Let's do this. We're going to do this, and then I'm going to talk about what I'm hearing from lenders who are subscribers. So this is from Wolf Street, and it says real estate tech in exponential crisis as housing sours, stocks plunge, new money out of reach, right? They're talking about Redfin and Compass. Now, this is an old story. You can see from June 14th, but I want to go over a couple of little tiny points here, okay? It says, here's the problem with companies whose hype and hoopla stocks have collapsed by 80 or 90%. They're facing an existential crisis. They cannot raise more money, but their operations were never designed to make money in the first place. Their business model relied on burning cash, and the whole thing was designed from the get-go to use homemade growth metrics to bamboozle investors into buying the stock and pump up the shares. Then the company, based on their high share price, could issue more shares and raise money and feed their cash burn machine. The plan was to fake it until they make it. Now, we have a lot of this in the real estate sector when it comes to publicly traded companies. And this is akin to what happened in the dot-com boom and bust, where a lot of companies didn't have a really good model to or a route to make money. What they did is they essentially made money by pumping up their company and selling shares, right? They diluted their shares. It says right down here, okay, perfect example. Just to stay within one industry, two companies in the real estate tech with collapsed hype and hoopla stocks announced job cuts, Compass and Redfin. Two others had massive layoffs earlier. Zillow, which is also in real estate tech, has been laying off people since last year when it exited its home flipping fiasco. You guys remember I did a video about that prior to them making the announcement that they're losing money, that this was going to be a disaster. It says right here, with layoffs occurring through at least April this year, unrepentant home flipper open door went through a bunch of layoffs in 2020, but it has not recently announced any layoffs. Now, I'm going to take you through two different sections here, right? And we're going to talk about what I'm hearing about in the mortgage side. We go to this story. Now, this is First American Title, which is a huge company. I actually knew a guy that owned the largest First American Title company. I believe it was actually in the state, but it was located in San Diego at the time when he owned it. And we see companies like this closing their doors. Now, what I want people to realize is how fast a crash can happen is based on one thing and one thing only: how much debt the nation or these companies are in, right? Now, a lot of people go high on the hog when times are good, especially real estate agents. I watch them buy the craziest cars. I watch them buy fancy homes, fancy clothes. And what's crazy is I know a lot of these people and they don't own the cars and they don't own the homes, right? They're leveraged. They're trying to sell a lifestyle. And then what happens is they bamboozle themselves as they're trying to bamboozle those other ones that, they're selling houses for, to make them look like they're so smart because they run a Land Rover, which I'm not gonna lie is the biggest piece of junk after 100,000 miles anyway. Who would ever want to buy it? But they sort of bamboozle themselves and they go out of business so fast. I saw this in 2008 where local lenders where I live in the center of California, were closing their doors so fast because they had so much overhead. When business dried up, it dried up. And just like mortgage lenders, and I'm talking to brokers right now, they're saying a few things. They're like, we are literally losing so much business right now because nobody is refinancing, right? And you have to remember, a title company makes a massive percentage of its business from refinances. All right. Because they're doing the title searches and things like that. If you're listening to this, you don't know what a title is. Some states are title companies. Some states are attorney companies, whereas like California will allow a private company, take care of the title search and validation and do all the loan docs. Whereas some states it's required to have an attorney or lawyer handle all the documents for transferring the property from one name to another. Well, if you think about it, some of these title companies, 50% or greater of their business that they bring in and charge for is made up from people that are just simply refinancing their homes. Well, if these homes are at higher rates, the loans are now at higher rates, it drastically cuts down the amount of people that need to refinance their house. And I was talking to one mortgage lender and they were saying, I said, how many people what's the main reason? Why are they refinancing? He says, honestly, it's debt consolidation. Inflation is crushing people and they are refinancing right now to consolidate debt, which is a dangerous, dangerous thing, because people need to realize that once we start seeing people not having enough money to make their monthly payments and they're trying to put all their debt into one thing, you've now lost so much of your home's equity, right? It becomes harder and harder for you to pay off your home and become self-sufficient, right? Like what I've been talking about as far as, being prepared and not scared. Another thing it does is if you need your home equity to consolidate debt, that means you're in a position where you are close to losing it all. And I want people to understand this. As quick as you saw the Ventura office of American Title close their doors and fire everybody, and I don't have all the story just yet because it's coming in really quick. It's the same thing with the borrower that borrowed money against their home to consolidate their car payments, their credit card payments, things like that. What happens is they're leveraged so much when they see the value of their home drop, because it's all over the news like it was in 2007, 2008. They're going to sit back and go, what am I doing? Why am I paying a payment and barely making it? Because I'm having a hard time feeding myself and my family right now because inflation is exploding and gas costs is exploding. I'm just going to walk away from this house. And it makes it very easy for certain people to just cut bait. I don't suggest that, but I will tell you that when we talk about crash, and I've talked about this before, there's an old saying, bulls climb up stairs like a bull market. It's slow and steady. It's just up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit. And it takes a while, but bears jump out of a window. It means that when things crash, they crash fast. And so just like the people that went to work on the morning of the 6th, thinking they had a job, yeah, it was slow, but they're working. By noon, they were told, you need to leave. We're locking the doors and we're closing up. Think about that, guys. Are you in a position right now that you could be fired at a moment's notice because the company is over leveraged? All right, guys. With that being said, I thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.